welcome back. We are headed into Ptown, ladies and gentlemen. This is the highlight of your cruise, I know, and I actually have never been to Provincetown, but you're making history actually by going there, and this is going to be such an amazing experience for everybody. I want to let you know that Provincetown, of course, is the #1 LGBTQ community in the United States. It's absolutely beautiful. In all of the research that I've done, that's the first thing that gets mentioned there. And then, of course, not only are you in this beautiful city, you're going for the Carnival Festival, but there's also hiking trails, there's wonderful beaches, and of course, believe it or not, it was the landing place of the Mayflower before it went to Plymouth Rock. So you've got a lot of amazing history here. In fact, I do believe that you will be able to see the Pilgrim Monument, which is a 253-foot tall granite tower. It's an homage to the Pilgrims' first landfall in 1620. It's the tallest granite building in the United States, and of course it is an homage back to those people who founded the United States, which I find very interesting because the original name for Ptown was actually Helltown. Now, oddly enough, it's rather unclear about whether it was due to the hellish working conditions from the fishermen because it was one of the largest whaling communities here, or because of the pirates, or the rather unorthodox group of people who lived here free from Puritan rule. But I think relatively we prefer to call it Provincetown. And of course it does, it's a very happy town because I have been told it has over 300 different varieties of vodka. So I think you will all have a great time no matter what. So I think that takes it from Helltown to Happy Town, in my opinion. Now getting into town, it's very simple. It's easy to get around because there's only one traffic light in Provincetown. If the commercial streets get busy, you'll see the locals with their yellow vest. That's actually how they direct traffic, so we're going old school here. But you will find one traffic light at the intersection of Route 66 and Race Point Road, so I don't think anybody's going to have to worry about that at all. Now, coming into Provincetown, bear with me, this is a tender port again. The tender process will be exactly the same as in Bar Harbor, but you're going to be coming into it, but you don't have to go through the immigration, of course. But you'll be coming into the pier, and the pier is a wonderful pier called, I forgot here, it's the McMillan Pier. Now, at the end of the McMillan Pier are going to be artisan shops. You're going to have craft markets. You're going to have stalls and stands there. You're going to have a town crier in full regalia, welcoming you with the phrase, "Hear ye, all is well in Provincetown because you are here." Now, if that is not an amazing welcome, I don't know what is, especially being the gayest town in America. Of course, outside of the city limits, you will have Cape Cod, the seashore. You have 40 miles of beautiful beaches. The locals are also called clammers because clam bakes are a big thing here. We have an evening tour that actually takes you out to the beach so you can do a clam bake. And then, of course, if you want to just go swimming or you want to hike one of the trails or go biking, we've got something for everybody. So again, I haven't been here, so I've done my research. Probably the first thing that drew my attention is the walking tour with Professor Rob Anderson. This is going to be a walking tour of Provincetown. It's going to take you in to see the significant landmarks of the city, including the Pilgrims granite statue, the historic floater houses. This is where people actually put their houses on floaters and they floated downstream to get to their new areas. You'll hear the epic tales of fantasies involving stories involving Tennessee Williams, Vikings, and of course the Underground Railroad. So it's a fascinating walking tour with the professor here, so I would recommend that if history is your #1. For those of you who like to be up and active, we have a bike and hike trail. This is going to take you into the Cape Cod National Seashore. You're going to stop at one of the most scenic beaches in the United States. And then, of course, you're going to learn about how the early settlers came here to settle in Provincetown, some of the noted writers and philosophers that have been here, and then, of course, see the Old Harbor Life-Saving Station Museum. This was built in 1897 and is actually still sitting in its current location. So it's a life-saving station for the fishermen and the whalers, and of course it has a huge fishing community here. And then of course this is home to the highest number of species of whales anywhere in the world. So if you're going on a whale watching tour, they have up to 12 different species of whale that live around these areas during the migrating time. So absolutely fun. And of course, for those of you who are a bit old school, we know Massachusetts is home to the Kennedys. So we actually have a wonderful tour that will take you into the world of our 35th president. We'll take you into the John F. Kennedy Hyannis Museum. It'll include a harbor cruise that takes you over past Great Island, Squaw Island, and the Kennedy Memorial. And then, of course, you'll learn about the natural ecosystem of the salt pond at the visitor center. But this is going to delve really into the influence that the Kennedys had here in Massachusetts. So whatever you choose to do, have a great time. Of course, you've got 2 days to spread it out over. And then, of course, remember, you are here to have the best time of your life, and you are making history. So thank you all, and we'll see you around.